Hello everybody! Welcome back to another Darkest Dungeon guide. In honor of the Crimson Court DLC, we have a new class to introduce to you, and he is a doozy. So we have here the Flagellant, and this is certainly an interesting class for the game. If you notice, he is still being afflicted right now, and there is a reason for that. And for this quick video, we're going to go over what makes him unique, as well as his skills and possible tactics. So, the Flagellant is a front row character who's designed around basically taking all the damage himself and using that against his opponents or to help his team. So the first thing that's unique about him is that he has the highest resist to death blow out of any other class in the game, with a base at 73%. This guy unfortunately just has a very poor quirk for him. But the Flagellant does not take a debuff if he enters Death's Door. Normally when a character hits Death's Door during a run, they will suffer penalties until they either can be camped or until the round is, or until the level is over. With the Flagellant, you can just keep sending him down to Death's Door and he'll be able to attack just as hard. Speaking of which, when his health drops below 35%, he will gain a massive boost to damage and crit chance, which goes with his style of basically wanting pain and suffering. So, let's take a look at his combat skills first. Punish is his main one, and this is one of the strongest bleeds in the entire game, and really matches pound for pound with the Plague Doctor's Noxious Blast, and even their Plague Grenade. And it's been a while to have a character that has such a high bleed capacity like the Flagellant. Now for the back row, he has the Reign of Sorrows. While it doesn't do as much damage or as much bleed, it still will hit both back row targets. I want to skip over this skill because it's special. Reclaim is part of his healing. It allows him to heal anyone with a heal over time, but causes him to bleed. And while that may sound bad, we'll get to why that's actually not such a big deal in a second. Endure allows him to cure stress off of the team, off of another player, and also give him some stress relief as well. And then Suffer is an interesting one. This will remove any marks, bleeds, or blights on someone else, but it will mark him, increase his protection, and give death blow resist on top of that. So basically, this is used to protect someone and to focus all the damage onto him. Which, like I've been saying over the last few minutes, there is a very important reason why. And that are these two skills: Exsanguinate and Redeem. Exsanguinate here is his strongest melee attack. It also does the most bleed out of any skill, I think, currently in the game. And if you notice right there, it will also heal him for 30% max health. There are two big downsides, though. You can only use it when he is below half health, and it will severely debuff him, as you can see with damage, dodge, and speed. Every time you use it, he'll suffer another 3-round penalty. But medicinal herbs can cure that. Now, if you need to heal someone and heal yourself, you have Redeem. This will be used on any character on your party to heal them for 34% health, and he'll receive 38% health on top of that. So this is the perfect skill if two members are being targeted or if the party has suffered a lot of damage. Same thing, you will be debuffed after you use it. Now, with that said though, as you can see, he is mainly going to be front row, but you could also have him in the back as a support who's basically trying to absorb the damage. But again, if you want to make use of his high damage abilities, he has to be in the front row, otherwise he will just be support. Now, unlike the other classes, who everyone gets the same 4 base camping skills and then 4 their own, the Flagellant just has 4 of his own. Lash's Anger cures him of 40 stress. Lash's Solace cures him, Lash's Anger increases his stress. This reduces it. Lash's Kiss heals himself, removes those nasty DOTs, and increases his speed. And then Lash's Cure just removes disease, which is very few characters can remove disease, so that does put him in a unique advantage. And the fact that they only can be used on him is why the cost is so low. But we've been dancing around the issue here about why he is still afflicted. And that is the other unique part of the Flagellant. He only has one virtue chance, or one negative affliction, and that is Rapturous. And when he gets this, he loses his dodge. This is just because of rabies, but he will gain 25% more damage and increased speed while he's being afflicted, making him the only class where it can actually pay off to make him go crazy. Now, the downside, of course, is while he is Rapturous, he can attack the other party members and go out of control. But considering the 25% boost can really help out. So, when it comes to using the Flagellant, he's kind of like an offensive tank, and can pair really well with characters who either need to be defended, or that can protect him once he gets below his health threshold. Right now, I'm still early in the game, but I have the Book of Rage equipped to really go along with the fact that he wants to get hurt and he wants to go insane. Some good character pairings would be the Antiquarian for using Protect Me to give him even more protection, and just let him go to town on the enemies. You can also use the Man-at-Arms, as well as the Houndmaster, which do I have one in this party? I thought I did. Here he is. And the Houndmaster and the Man-at-Arms to basically take damage for him once he's gone below that 33 or 35% health. Thereby, you don't have to worry about him being damaged anymore, and letting him, again, use his offense. Now, when it comes to the Flagellant, there are a few risks when it comes to using him. Obviously, having a character who works better with low health and being near death's door can be risky in a game with permadeath. And you do have to balance the fact that if he is constantly being assaulted, you're kind of just putting more bullets in the revolver for him to actually die. And because because of all his bonuses, he does have very low attacks to begin with. And his damage output is normally like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6. This is, of course, at tier 2, so he's at 4 to 7. Which is quite low compared to other characters in terms of their bases. So if you're going to use him, you have to really play into the fact that he wants to get hurt. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, he is religious, so he will not go into a party with the Abomination. Sadly, those two will never get along. One other point, because you want to keep him Rapturous for those bonuses, it does make him very susceptible to heart attacks. Remember, if someone's stress hits 200, they will have a heart attack and will die. So he also pairs quite nicely with the Jester. And letting him reduce the stress levels while still keeping the affliction can allow you to have the best of both worlds. But keep in mind that you're, again, kind of walking a razor's edge with the Flagellant. And last but not least, I should have mentioned this already, but again, if you're going into an area that is about bleed, or enemies who are susceptible to bleed, the Flagellant just rocks. The Courtyard, Beweald, and the Warrens are really good. He's not as effective in the Ruins or the Cove just due to everyone being either undead or resistant to bleed. But considering how high his abilities are to begin with, can certainly help out. I was hoping that would be a special trinket for him. But again, if you can manage his abilities and maybe even get rabies for even more damage on top of all that. Yeah, because right now he has a 40% damage buff, making him just very awesome. And that 40% becomes 65% when his health gets low. He can certainly get to the crazy levels of the Leper and other offensive characters, but again, you're going to have to play the odds to make the most use of it. So that's going to do it for this little video. If you want to see actual plays of the Darkest Dungeon, be sure to check out my live stream and the recordings here on the Game Wisdom YouTube channel. If you're new, be sure to like and subscribe, and check back for daily discussions on game design here and on GameWisdom.com, where we examine the art and science of games. So, hope this helps you being introduced to our new crazy companion, the Darkest Dungeon, and I will catch you all next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and come back around 10 Eastern for regular streaming. For a collection of my writings as well as weekly podcasts on game development, be sure to check out game-wisdom.com. Follow me on Twitter at GWBycer for updates throughout the day. And to help support everything that I do, you can find me on Patreon under GWBycer or Game Wisdom. Your donations can help to keep things running, and we hit some goals, it will mean more content for everyone to enjoy. So, thanks again for watching, and be sure to come back for daily discussions on game design on the Game Wisdom channel.